दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲಲ್ಲಿ
एक्सप्रेस दयावती स्टेशन नेताजी भवन.
Look like we're going for a wedding, right? All of us. Just very formal.
Very formal.
Monday evening. Yeah. But at least there's a buffet there, so it's good.
That'd be good.
I think the producer's trying to tell you something.
The last time I listened to him was 2007, so I'm not going to start now. But we can start the show now because you all are here and I value you. You. Who's watching? You. I value you. Hello and welcome to Voltas FreshAir Coolers presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Mr. Harsha Bhogle and Mr. Simon Doull, also known as Daddy Cool.
Yes.
Congratulations on your newborn baby.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sitting at home now watching, so I'm not sure he's able to hear or understand, but Axel has taken his first Cricbuzz Live show right now. So
Love it.
Love you, buddy.
I just want to tell you that people far older than Axel are also not able to understand what we say. So Axel's not alone there. But today's game, well, it's a big game. We say that every day because a lot of games are big games. And when it comes to the kind of fan support that these two have, they're pretty much right up there with some of the best teams in the world, Dooley.
It's very hard to go past. I mean, if you're looking at this competition alone, you think Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai.
Yeah.
Probably the three big fan bases, Kolkata as well. But, I mean, these two, it's that rivalry, isn't it, that we all love. And it's sort of, Virat fans on one side, Rohit fans on the other side.
No, don't say that. They're on the same side. All those fans, yes?
They can never agree. They can never agree. You can't love them both. You're not allowed to love them both. I do, but you're not allowed to.
Yeah, it is part of the constitution of some country, I believe, that you're not allowed to. But we love them both. Like, I love them both. They love each other, so you can. But I understand. I think today they are excused because today you're either red or you're blue.
Yes. Today you are red or blue, and today you're vehemently red or vehemently blue today.
Yeah.
I mean, RCB are coming happier of the two teams, I think, even though they dropped their last game. But from a tournament point of view, just look at what happens in case Mumbai lose today. Already CSK are looking in disarray.
Yeah.
Sunrise have lost 4.
We should put the points table up, actually, so people can see that it's not what people expected 2 weeks ago.
I mean...
right?
I'll probably get trolled for the next 3 generations.
Go on.
If I say that the tournament needs Mumbai to win today. I mean, can you imagine RCB fans? But it'll bring this tournament alive because you can't have Chennai going down, Hyderabad going down, Mumbai going down so early in the tournament. But if there's one ground that that Bangalore would love to play on, it is this one.
That's right.
And the big thing about 3 of those teams at the top, in the top 4, they've only played 3 games.
Yeah.
3 in the top 4 have only played 3 games.
Yeah.
And you've got a team at the bottom playing 5.
Yeah.
And Mumbai about to play their 5th.
Another thing about 3 of the teams in the top 4 don't have a trophy yet.
It's good.
Yeah.
Well, it shows that the auction works if you get your strategy right. Not that the tournament's done. I mean, the tournament is far from done. We know what can happen. We've seen Mumbai come back. We've seen sides come back. And we've seen sides falter. Yeah. Rajasthan at the top and falter late in the tournament. So we've seen all these things transpire, but we're looking at an early indication of what's going on. And it's tough. It's tough times early for some of those teams.
I mean, when you see those teams down at the bottom, we'll just stay on that for a second. When you see the teams down at the bottom, when you look at it, you're like, listen, there's gun players here. There is nothing that stops these teams from turning it around and getting 4 or 5 wins because they have the personnel. You're not looking at any team and going, oh man, I don't think where they can scrape a win from.
If you remember, before the tournament began, almost everybody had MI and SRH as 2 of their 4 teams.
Yep.
And where are MI and SRH? They're both sort of struggling.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, I think it'll be a fantastic match because both teams like to play on this kind of surface.
True.
Now, what's interesting is when RCB go back home, they lose.
Yeah.
And this year they won playing away.
Yeah.
So is this surface exactly what RCB want?
Yeah.
Because nobody bats deeper than they do. Nobody bats more powerfully than they do.
Correct, but they do. And
when
they're
they go
batting
to
first
Bangalore,
today.
they lose.
And they're batting first today. Mumbai has won the toss and chosen to bowl first. So, and I think Bangalore will like that, right? They like it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I haven't seen whether the dew has much of an effect in Mumbai at this stage. Hasn't been as bad. Hasn't been as bad at the start of the tournament this year. Expected to ramp up a little bit towards the latter stages of the tournament as it gets hotter. I just think, against a team like Mumbai, struggling a little bit, you put a big score on the board.
Yeah.
I think Bangalore will fancy themselves. True. You put up a score in excess of 200. If you can really push the boat out, finish it off well, get 220, 230, you're just putting a side who is desperate for a win under pressure. And I think that's a good thing for Bangalore.
And they'll have a little residual trauma from their last game where they couldn't, that chase in the end, that got pretty messy, right?
Twice now they've struggled with the chase and the dew hasn't come.
Yeah.
So they were hoping that dew would come in and make batting second a lot easier. That didn't happen. And some unaccounted things happen every year with every franchise. There's Tilak Verma setting the scene of alight, batting at number 3 for India in South Africa. Yeah. And he can't get the ball off the square suddenly.
Yep, happens.
But today, finally, Mumbai Indians have got the combination that they planned for at the auction. When they finished the auction, we said, MI is looking good this year. It is because of the possibilities that exist today.
The return of the prodigal son. Here he is. Well, let's have a look at...
I was only worried about one thing yesterday. Kyron Pollard in practice just picked up Jasprit Bumrah like that. And I said, hang on, that back has just got ready
Take it easy.
Once, just a second. He should have a T-shirt with fragile written on it. Handle with care. That's precious cargo. Polly, that's precious cargo. All right, let's have a look at the teams. Bring any up. They don't care. We love them both. But this is the bowling team, and we're putting that up first so that you all can see and get as happy as we got with the return of Jasprit Bumrah. Now, remember, it's been it's been more than 3 months since we've seen him bowl, so that'll be interesting. Bowling with him, Trent bowled. There'll be Deepak Chahar, Hardik Pandya, so that's quick bowling. Vignesh Patur and Mitchell Santner are going to be doing spin duties there. They're spoiled for new ball options, but would you bowl Bumrah up top when you have so many good options for new ball?
Well, normally I love Bumrah bowling 1 in the power play at least. I look at that and I think Deepak Chahar probably has to take the new ball. And Trent Bolt's record of wickets in over number 1 or 2 with the new ball is phenomenal.
Yeah, and in the game they won, Dooley, the game they won in Mumbai, both those bowled very well with the new ball.
So I think in this situation, I would say probably not. You can hold him back.
Yeah.
I think definitely 1 inside the power play. Get him into the game inside that power play, but maybe it's over number 5. Maybe it's Bolt for 2, Chahar for 3 if he's going well. That's what he tends to do and likes to do. And then maybe Bumrah bowls the 6th or the 5th.
Yeah.
Depending on which one of those two open the bowling.
Remember, they've got 6 legit, like 6 proper bowling options. So that's what the captain Hardik Pandya is taking.
Plus also 6 legit. Will Jacks bowled 4 overs in Chennai.
No, there you go.
And that's number 7.
Yeah.
Amandir bowled 3 or 4 overs.
Tilak Verma Tilak Verma can bowl as well.
And if you remember that one game, might have been in Sri Lanka or somewhere that India won, who bowled the last over with 5 needed or something needed to win and saved the game was Surya Kumar Yadav. If you remember.
So you're saying they've got 12 bowling options.
Everybody except Rickleton. Everybody except Ryan Rickleton.
Well, you never know. Maybe he takes the gloves off and bowls an over as well. We've seen that happen in games before.
Of course.
Who are they bowling to? This is the batting 11 that Bangalore is putting on the park. And, well, I guess no surprise. They've been doing really well, so no changes there. No. They'll be opening with Phil Salt and Virat Kohli. Devdutt Padikkal at 3. The captain, Patidar, at 4. Livingston, Jitesh Sharma. Tim David, the powerhouse. And he's shown what he's made of in the last few games. Krunal Pandya at 8. So you're getting a guy, by the way, proper batter, has batted so much at this ground, Dooley, and he comes in at number 8.
Yeah, I mean, it's powerful, isn't it? It is a really powerful looking lineup. And the good thing from Bangalore's point of view, you've got 2 or 3 players who have played a lot of cricket at the venue tonight. So that makes a nice change. I mean, they walk into a different dressing room, which is always slightly disconcerting, I think.
You go away instead of home.
You walk in and you go to sort of automatically you take over, you turn right. Oh, gee, I've got to go to the away one this time, actually. So someone like Krunal, who's been there so much, will just have to remember he's got to turn left instead of turning right this evening. But it's a nice thing to be able to go to a ground you know you've had success at and perform well.
Let's come back to the story of the day, though, which is the one that's got everyone excited, which is Boom Boom Bumrah back today. I mean, I don't know, do we even need to reiterate how important this is for Indian cricket with the kind of summer we have coming up?
I think just the best cricketer in the world at the moment. Whether you are looking at batters, bowlers, who's the most valuable player in the world at the moment.
Enough said.
Whether it was Test cricket in Australia, whether it was the T20 World Cup, whatever he was playing, it's just that people are making their plans around, okay, Bumrah, and what else do we do? But I think we should just hold back a little bit here. This is someone who's come back after 4 months away, was first week of January, 7th of January, I think, it was 6th or 7th of January.
Yeah.
So 3 months. He's coming back after 3 months. The second time he's been out with a bad back. So to expect him to go flat out at the moment, and I thought I'll just divert that question there because every single joint in the world has been looked after for Simon Doull. But if you've got a back like that, are you just a bit ginger? Are you saying, I'll let it rip? Or saying, no, let me wait and see?
You cannot replicate game situations and the pressure of a game. You can bowl as much as you like in the nets. And you can feel 100% fit. You come in, you bowl a half volley, some bloke smacks you through the covers, and you just get that little bit extra of go in you, and all of a sudden you want to let one go a little bit more. And you will feel it. You'll feel the discomfort. There'll be something there. It's just a matter of getting through the first game and understanding that your body can do it again. It's the one thing you really struggle with is any injury from a bowling point of view is you favour it until you can 100% trust it. And you can't 100% trust it until you put it in a game situation because you never really go 100% as much as you're trying to in the nets or trying to in a warm-up game. You never do until you're in the heat of the moment and some guys come in at you. That's the only time you really feel the intensity, and your body tenses up as well, and that also creates a little bit more stress. So I'm just fingers toes. I got everything crossed. You know, he is one of my favourite cricketers in the world to watch, whether it be red ball, white ball cricket, because he brings something completely different to the game, and he's an absolute gun at what he does. And so I've got everything crossed that he gets through today. But I'm with Harsha. Look, we know the ceiling that he has. Just don't expect it today. And if it comes today, wow, amazing.
I think for fans, it's pretty simple. Like, be excited, but don't expect, right? Just temper that expectation. But just one more question about the back, and as a fast bowler, you can speak about it, because I know, like, we were here in studio with Cricbuzz Live many years ago, and I remember we talking about this, and it was on air, saying that you worry that with his action, which is just so unorthodox, and of course has worked for him, but with his action, the biomechanics of it, they kind of worry you about the stress they put on his back. Yeah,
and we've talked about that a little bit in the past, and it's just a couple of little things, but it's just so unorthodox, everything about it, that it has worked so well for him over many years. And there was always going to be something at some stage if he continued to bowl at the level he did. You know, very few bowlers go through a career without something significant at some stage. It's just how you bounce back from that. Now, he's had the best surgeon in the world at doing this. The guy's had great success at fixing back problems and sorting out cricketers and sports people in particular. So, again, I just hope that it was a small reoccurrence, not the same thing that happened prior to, and he's able to come back from it.
Julia, I was able to talk to him that morning, 7th of January. I don't do pitch reports and all, right? So I was a vela around before the start of the 5th day. Everybody's waiting to see, and Bumrah's not bowling, he's just standing there. And he said to me then, and I mean, it was in confidence then, but it's been 3 months then, that he'd actually spoken to his surgeon the previous night. Because the last thing he wanted was a stress fracture of the back. And he said, if I hadn't had a surgery before, I might have come and bowled today. But in the Boxing Day test before that, he had bowled 52 overs. And again bowled in the first innings. So he just said, look, he could not afford a stress fracture of his of the back again. And as it turned out, it was worse than you'd immediately thought that day, because you didn't think he was going to be out for 3 months. People thought he'll come back in time for the Champions Trophy. Maybe just rest and come back. I think Mumbai Indians would have been happier if this game was tomorrow rather than today, because he's been delivered to them only yesterday from the NCA.
Yep. Yeah.
They would have liked him to have played a intra-squad practice
How was he
game.
delivered? Like in sort of...
You know all about delivery these days,
in
Dooley.
foam rubber.
Look at Dooley.
He was delivered in a van. Bubble wrap.
Styrofoam.
Like you said, with fragile stickers all over.
Yes, handle with care, precious cargo.
But is this what having a baby does? You start talking about deliveries all the time. How was
right.
he delivered? There's Dooley. We saw the photograph.
And a bowler. He's
There you go.
a fast bowler as well as,
But they would have liked to
dad.
throw him in a match, in a intra-squad match situation to bowl.
I'm
But he's
predicting-
Bumrah, right?
I'm
He's
predicting
Bumrah.
we don't see 4 from him today. I'm predicting he doesn't bowl his full quota today.
If that is the case, then Mumbai have actually done very well.
Yeah, done very
Yeah.
well. Because
Yeah.
I think they could... if he's still got the skills, which we know he has, to bowl at the back end of the innings, maybe we see 1 in the power play.
Yeah.
We might not see 1 in the middle. We might just save for 2 at the back end.
Yeah.
And if he gets through 3 and he gets through it well, I mean, great. If he gets through 4, that's
They
fantastic.
normally like him to do sort of 5, 12, 17, 19
Yes.
kind
Yeah.
of configuration.
Psychologically, just last point on Bumrah. Psychologically, how much of a difference does it make to that Mumbai dugout, to that squad, to see their champion, their highest wicket taker, their...
I mean, I know
talisman?
sometimes social media posts can be created, generated, but just to see the kind of social media posts that were coming out, it's almost as if, wow, Bumrah has come and all our troubles have been erased.
So he can walk on water. I mean, that's it. And especially for this franchise. I mean, he's done it for India, of course. But with this franchise, remember last season, even when everything was going down for MI,
He was 6.5.
here he was.
Yeah.
He was
the
economy
shining
6.5.
light. Yeah.
Correct. But look what happens now. Even if he bowls 3, as you think he will, Bolt, Chahar, Bumrah, Pandya. Right? Pandya can bowl anywhere in the form he is, but Pandya bowls through the middle. Chahar bowls at the top. Bumrah bowls at the back. Suddenly you've got 4 bowlers with roles defined the way they wanted to at the auction. And then Santner can bowl through the middle with no stress. Doesn't have to bowl in the power play. He might bowl 1 in the power play, but doesn't have to. And so it suddenly opens up that bowling attack. You can have Santner and Putur bowling in the middle.
Yeah.
Putur goes for runs. He only bowls 1 or 2 overs. So suddenly now Hardik Pandya is sitting on high quality options.
Yeah, and of course, the captain was brilliant in the last game. He picked up 5 wickets, and that is the highest for a captain, right? For a bowling captain, the highest number of wickets in a game. That was 5. I think Anil Kumble had 4 before that. That was his best, but he picked up 5. I mean, if you ask him, do you want to trade this record for a win? I think he'd be the first to tell you yes, but there it is. There's the record. Dooley, I want to talk about his opposite number, Rajat Patidar, because, I mean, he's another guy. We're talking about spin and we're talking about Bumrah MI having done well if Bumrah doesn't have to bowl his entire quota. But you have spin coming at him, especially when you have leg spin coming at Patidar. He thinks that it's his birthday, it's Christmas, right? It's New Year's Day. What happens to him when he sees a leg spinner?
Numbers are phenomenal. I mean, this is going back to the halcyon days of great players of spin in India. And I've said this in the past as well, in the last 3, 4, 5 years. A lot of the modern Indian players don't play quality spin as well as anyone else, better than anyone else. They play it very similarly. We've seen that in the recent Test series with New Zealand. If you get against quality spin, it's not as easy to play. But remember also, you're playing on far different conditions nowadays in India.
Yeah.
The tracks weren't turning 20 years ago. So the ability to play quality spin wasn't good. So that's what makes those numbers even better, I think. Because you're actually playing on some pitches nowadays that turn.
Yeah.
So Patidar's numbers against leg spin, the ability to hit inside out, I think is crucial. The ability to work against the spin if it's drifting into the pads, and particularly against quality leg spin. I mean, it's some serious numbers. He's impressed me.
And it's not of 20, 30 balls.
No,
it's of
it's a
85
good sample
balls.
size.
So it's a decent sample size.
Yeah.
So Mumbai look at those numbers and say, let's throw Santner against him. He only strikes at 154 against left arm spin. But Santner, no, man. Dooley, I wish Dooley wasn't a Kiwi. Santner of New Zealand is a different beast from Santner in anywhere else.
Yeah, it hasn't. This season hasn't been, we've expected of him. And I don't know, maybe he delivers today because look at that batting lineup, right? I mean, you look at that batting lineup and you're going, the one interesting thing that RCB has done, Harsha, this year is they were always top 3 heavy. This year, they managed to make themselves top 3 immune, which means that, a lot of teams are, all T20 teams are 1, 2, 3. But if 1, 2, 3 don't get the runs, the others will. right? The other day we saw Liam Livingston kind of dropping anchor, right? Yes, he almost got out like 9 times in the innings, like, but the fact is he stuck around. And they are kind of immune from early failure, which is gold for a T20 team.
Yeah, I mean, Livingston, or you go Patidar, Livingston, Jitesh has been really good. It's a good start.
Tim David.
He's always highly regarded, and then Tim David to follow. So, and Krunal to follow that, which it does. It makes for a really strong batting lineup. It does mean those top 3 can be a little bit more aggressive. We've certainly seen Virat be a little bit more aggressive, I think, of late, which is great. It means they can go harder at the top and still have that little safety blanket at the back end if required.
Yeah, it's giving all of them just more wings, I think.
The only thing you look at that batting order, it's very right-handed.
Yeah.
So the only left-handers are Padikkal at 3 and Krunal Pandya down wherever he plays, whether it's 7 or 8. And it was very interesting. Padikkal came out to bat, I think, against Chennai. He made 27 or 14. You never see Padikkal bat like that.
Yeah.
And I remember just messaging DK. I said, DK, what have you done to this fellow? He said, lots of conversations, lots of simulations. He's been told you're part of a very powerful batting lineup. So you can liberate yourself.
Yeah.
You can go and play that way. And we'll back you all the way. Doesn't matter. We've got 8 batters.
Yep.
But you're the left-hander at the top. You have to take the attack to the bowling. So if he can do that, then suddenly that is as powerful. We talk about Punjab, we talk about all the other teams. That is as powerful a batting lineup as any in the tournament.
Here's the thing. When as you just keep looking down, and the one thing that RCB has done really well this time in the auction is that they have bought 4 slots. Right? Usually you always looked at that team and you said you had the big names and then it was kind of, who's going to play at 4, 5, 6. Now there's no question mark. They've bought 4 exact roles, so they've cast their film really well, so to speak. And Tim David, I want to talk about this guy because everybody knows he's one of my favorites. I love the way he plays. And today, when you're coming back to play at the place where you've played a lot of cricket, he's played at Wankhede, so he knows this ground. B, you're playing against a team that, you're not with the team anymore. And we've seen that guys who go back to teams, they're just a little heartbroken. They seek that validation to score there. So he's, not that he needs more motivation, but there's extra motivation today for him.
Yeah, there is. And look, I mean, a couple of good innings in a row for Tim David. He's a very different type of player at the finishing side of the game. You watch him pick his bat up. If you're watching the game today, watch him pick his bat up, and it's very much open. Almost the bat face is facing a wideish point. And he hits the ball in different areas. He's not always just looking to go leg side. Some of the real power hitters you see in the modern game are opening that front leg up and looking to go leg side. Now, he does open up a little bit, but you watch him pick the bat up, and it's always facing a backward point region. So he actually can slice the ball as hard, harder than anyone, over point, cover, and even backward point. And it makes it a little more difficult from a bowling point of view.
Be, Dooley, and it's a very interesting point. The moment Tim David comes into bat, where's the field? The field is long on, deep mid-wicket, square leg long off.
That's how it always was.
Yeah. So now he's opened that area to be able to hit there because there's only 2 fielders out in the deep on the offside.
I think he's been working really hard on making sure he's got a powerful offside game.
Yeah.
Because it was so often spinners would come on or the quicks and he would hit everything long on mid-wicket.
Mid-wicket, yeah.
And he's really developing now. He's developing as a player and playing so much franchise cricket around the world. He's really developing a massive power game through that backward point region and even extra cover. And that makes him even more difficult to bowl to. Sort of player that I love to see react.
Yeah.
And when I talk about reacting, don't go searching because you've got all that power. If you go searching for something that's not there, you'll find yourself getting in trouble. When Tim David reacts to what's coming, he is such a brilliant finisher.
That's great. And most of the teams bowl their overs slow, so the last over has only 4 fielders out, right? So that's even playing into his wheelhouse even more. So that's great strategy.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of player, if you say 19 overs, 170, 175 against RCB, you know what, we've done well. And you could actually see that become 200.
Yeah.
Because there's always that feeling with him in the last over. I think he did that in the previous game as well. The way to go after RCB has to be the oldest way in the take your wickets early.
Yeah,
get them 2 or 3 down early.
But we've seen that as well, right? That's what I was talking about. They seem to be immune to that as well.
They lost the last game that way.
Yeah.
They only got 160 odd in their last game.
So maybe that's the way that you can get them, but that's a very long batting lineup. So you just keep getting them and keep getting them, keep getting them. And then you're looking at whatever score that they managed to put on, and then you look at the Mumbai batting lineup, and that's looking a little fragile as well. And I'm just thinking, I've just watched the White Lotus finale today, and no spoilers, don't worry, don't break your screen. But there's one line that keeps coming in White Lotus is that trouble comes in threes, right? So they have some trouble, which is they've got 3 people who can play at 3, right? They've got 3 for 3. So who plays the 3? Because Will Jacks, Tilak Verma, who does very well at 3.
The guy who came in last time?
The guy who came in last time?
Namandhir.
What do you do? Who do you play?
You've got to look at what they offer. I think when you look at any batter, can either of those players finish in innings? Can they bat 5, 6, 7? I think, to me, Tilak is a 3. I think he's the one that has to bat 3 because he can actually. He's got power. We know he's got power, but I think you can revolve your innings around him, whether you lose the openers or not. And I think he's that highly skilled and such a talent that moving forward, you've just got to decide if Will Jacks has to move to 5 and play a different role. So be it. I mean, if he can't open, I don't see him at 3.
Left field. Can Rohit Sharma go and donk in the middle? Left field thought. They did once last year, I think. Did he do that for India once? Just bat it down and hit. But I don't think they'll do that.
The only thing I'll say about that is that, and with all due respect, the running between the wickets.
At the end, yeah.
At the back end is such a crucial part of the game. And with the little injuries that he's had and the worries around
No,
that,
they won't do it.
I just don't. I mean, I like the way you're thinking, but I just think if he was 100% fit and the legs were okay and he could run freely between the wickets, I think why not?
I think their situation is different, which is that I think every batter just wants to get in earlier.
Well, every team does, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
every team does.
You ask any batter, apart from maybe a Livingston or a Maxwell or David, some of these guys that can finish off at the back end.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to bat 1, 2 or 3 because that's the place you score runs.
Fair enough. I mean, the question was asked in the last game that why is Hardik Pandya come to bat at 6, right? He should be batting up higher. And now he's batted at 4 for GT. He's done so well there. He's batted 5 for MI in his previous pre-GT avatar. And now he's coming in at 6. So
he can strike from ball 1.
There you go.
He's the sort of player. I look at him. I look at Sky. I mean, Sky's your number 4, but he can still strike from ball 1 if he wants to.
Yeah. They've got as I'm saying,
it might unlock
I think they've
Tilak,
got 3 options for all of the top 3.
No, he said Tilak at 3. Tilak desperately needs to be unlocked.
Yeah.
And on this surface, the ball will come on. If he's batting at 3, the pressure of responding to a situation is not yet there. So they might tell him, okay, today you go 3. Jack, see if you can rediscover yourself. Go at 6 and slam the ball out at 6.
Yeah.
And then Namandhir comes in as a finisher at 7.
Well, see, this is the difference between the 2 teams. That is, Bangalore has a very settled batting order. And with Mumbai, they've got the batters, but who's playing in what position? And with this game, where the margin is kind of 1 delivery or 2 runs, these decisions become really important. All right, couple of things that we need to do. First, show you the impact subs for both teams. Let's show you the 11 again. Then we show you the impact subs as well. Mumbai has won the toss and chosen to bowl first. So Bangalore is going to be batting. Mumbai's team is this. They're going to get a batter in later. So big news here is Jasprit Bumrah is in the 11, just in case you missed 26 minutes of our show. Jasprit Bumrah is in the 11. And we are #much excite. Then there's, of course, foregone conclusion. Rohit Sharma will come in when they come to bat in the second half of the game. Bangalore is going to be batting first. This is their team. No change from the previous one. That batting order, we have spoken about this batting order for the remainder of the show, so you know that one as well. Which bowler will they bring in? They have an option between Suyash Sharma and Rafiq Salam is what it looks like. So they'll decide how the surface is playing and whether they want to go for pace or spin.
Yeah, see how it's playing. It spun a bit in game 1.
Yeah.
Different surface tonight. I think they said they were pitch number 8 tonight, so slightly shorter boundaries one side. I think 61-metre boundary one side, which is never much fun.
Which is what? I mean, you could sneeze further than that.
Oh yeah, I could underarm throw it that far.
Yeah,
Still.
I mean, Tim David might hit a 6, stretch his arm out, bring the ball back and give it to the bowler.
Wow. Okay, we've got a joy factor question. I never know the answer to these, but contractually I still have to show them to you and humiliate myself. Which cricketer for some part of his international career changed his shirt number according to the calendar year?
The reason I'm laughing is because I never score points on the guessing game. I thought I could get some points out of here and put them there, but I don't know the answer to this one either.
Oh, wow. Creative accounting. Look at you.
Well, when you're desperate, you look for everything.
I don't want you to be leaving India, okay? This is no creative accounting. All right. Score guesses?
Oh, God.
RCB, Wankhede, batting first. Come on, Mr. Bhogle, you're going to do it today. I'm going with 209.
209.
Doesn't matter what I say.
Come on.
It doesn't matter what I say.
Just, you got to pick a number.
209. Yeah. For RCB, yeah, I'm going 196.
196.
96. Oh, there's a little bit of room, but I will go just a touch higher, I think.
You're in a terrible situation because whatever you do will be a come down after what you did last time.
Yeah.
You had one bullseye, you sat on it for a whole week.
217.
Okay.
One sec. I just want to tell you, in case we want to change, because information
They've
must
lost
be
them.
shared.
Wicket.
Salt is out, second ball.
Wow.
Two bold.
That don't matter. And the score guess?
183.
Anyone? Change your guesses?
Oh, dear.
Dude, what
dear.
are you?
Just say,
Have we lost you to Instagram?
bold. It's been bold. Clean bold.
Okay.
Must have been a little in-swinger.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Trent Bolt.
Oh.
There you go. 183. No, I'm going to stick.
Stick.
I'm not
Let's
a man.
stick to our
I'm not,
numbers.
Look, I'm just going to stick. 217.
Let's stick to our numbers. All right. 209,
217.
217.
Yeah.
209, 196.
There you go. All right. Those are our score
I have
guesses.
a good feeling about 196 today.
Do you have,
Because a good feeling is all I can
are you off the mark yet?
No.
All right. We'll do it. We'll do it today.
Good luck.
We'll do it.
I'm
Coming from a guy who's rapidly been sliding down. I'm almost subterranean now, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I've just been like,
Am I still on top?
yeah, you would be because you just disappeared.
disappeared.
You played it like twice and gone.
You're tempting the producer to put that guessing game board. Let's move on. Game started.
Come. Chalo.
I don't want to look at that
No,
guessing
no,
game
chalo.
board.
You see it? You don't want to see yourself up top?
No, wait till afterwards.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. If you want to see your downfall, then see it. That's all we have time for on Voltas FreshAir Coolers presents Cricbuzz Live. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox, so do join us then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲನ್ನೇ ತಿರುಚಿರಾಪಳ್ಳಿ
Hyderabad Express, Bumrah Station, Netaji's Obot.